Alright, we're back in order to practice some problems using this extended electron configuration. Remember, beyond 18, the overlap makes it a little weird. Now, I made this diagram. This is kind of a diagonal diagram. If you set it up as kind of like the boarding house model, then you just have to take your arrows straight through, and that's going to lead you to the order of filling. Now, I did add on from the last video, I did add on these next two layers, and you'll see why I had to go ahead and add on the next energy levels in a second. But let's actually use this to write some configuration. So we start the exact same way we always have, which is first you need to know how many electrons there are. So look at your periodic table. Chromium, of course, Cr has how many electrons? You should, if you're looking at the back wall, find it. Yeah, 24. So that means we have 24 electrons to fill. So this is the hardest thing about this technique, is actually keeping track of the electrons that you fill, because we're going to have to fill 24. Okay, so we start from the bottom, 1s, 2, and then we come back to the bottom here, 2s, 2, bottom of this line, 2p, how many do the p's hold? 6, right. And then 3s, 2, and now come back to this bottom of this line. So this is where we get this kind of like weird overlap. Or not quite yet. Well, here we got 3p, and how many does the p hold? 6. And then instead of going to this 3d, what we do, it says if you follow this line, it tells you to go to the 4s2 next. Now let's take stock on how many electrons we've added up. So we have 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 more is 10, plus 2 more is 12, plus 6 more is 18, plus 2 more is 20. So how many more do we have to go? 4. So that leads us to, after we filled our 4s2, now we're down the bottom of this line, which is our next one is 3d. And there are 5 d's, and each can hold 2, so that's a total of 10. But we don't need 10 electrons, we only need 4. So that's 3d, 4. So you can always check to see how you're doing is at the end. If you add up all the superscripts, they should add to your number of electrons. Okay? All right, let's try bromine. So why don't you take a look on where that is on the periodic table. Element symbol Br. Yep, 35. Okay, so we got 35. Okay, so now again, we're just going to start over and keep filling and keeping track of how many electrons. Well, we know this gets us up to, chromium got us up to 24. So let's start over, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. Okay, so we're at the end of this row right here. We're coming back, and now we're to the 3d's. And how many did it hold? 10. 3d, 10. So let's go ahead and take stock. How many electrons do we have? Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. 6 more is 10. 12, 18, 20, 30. So we need to fill 5 more. Well, where do we go after the 3d10? Well, we go to the 4p, and we know the p's hold a total of 6, but this time we have 5 of them. And if you add that all up, it adds to 35. Okay? All right, one more to do, and this one is a whopper. This is tungsten. Element symbol W. Let's see if you can find it. Find it yet? How many are we going to do? 74. All right, so you ready to write? Okay, well, first of all, let's actually use our work that we've just done to help us out. If we go one more, if we fill this P with one more electron, then that gets us a 36 electrons. So why don't we just kind of like write configuration until we fill the 4p6, and then we know that's 36, and then we'll work from there. Okay, ready? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6. Okay, so that gets us to 36 electrons, and that puts us about right here on our line up here, on our diagonal line right here. So now, what's next? 5s2, and now we're back down to the bottom of this line. And then we go 4Ds, and how many will it hold? 10, 4D, 10. And then after that we go to 5P, how many can it hold? 6, right? And then 6S2. Okay, so now we're at the top of here. We come back to the bottom of this. And now, oh, now we see this brand new sublevel, the F sublevel. 4F. Now, how many F's were there? Right, 7. And you can put 2 in each, so it'll hold a total of 14 electrons. 14 electrons. Okay, so we better take stock as to how many electrons we are. I'm going to know how much more we need to add. So we said, stopping right here, there was 36. So 2 more is 38. 10 more is 48. 6 more is 54. 2 more is 56. And 14 more is 70. So we're at 70 electrons. So how many more do we have to go? 4 more. So where are they going to go? What on our line, when we pass 4F, where do we go? To the 5D. And how many more? 4, which is plenty because we know that the D's hold 10. So that's a 5D4. Whew. Alright, well we did that one. That's the full configuration for tungsten. Okay, what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and practice the next ones on your page. I'll have a key up in the room, so as you do them, you can check them to see how you're doing. But just go slow, watch your diagonals or the chart on the page ahead of this, and just practice this. All right, bye.